These are beauty berries. So this looks like something's been eaten on these. They've been eating the leaves off, or either the leaves are falling off naturally. That one too. These over here also are like that. It's starting to rain a little bit. Here's stuff I watch for too, being a tracker. You got acorns falling. You can see them all around here. Acorns falling, the deer and hogs feed on them. So they'll walk through here feeding. Okay, so being out here like this is one of the things I'm looking for here. One of the things we watch for. This area right here is mashed down. This right here is in the size of about a 12-inch foot. All that's been mashed down, and then some of the pine needles. These pine needles here are falling into it. But there's a big mashed down place right there, from either a foot or a boot. That was my deer call there. It goes off when I bend over. But and I don't see any more. I look really good right through there. I don't see any more. I mean, that could be a boot print, but that's some things we're looking for, watching for out here. And it could have walked up through there following that water. Okay, so here's another part of doing research at home too. While editing here, looking at this footprint, I looked at it up large here, looking at it with the camera. You can see the toes right here, the big toe, and then you can see the other toes right there. That wasn't as noticeable out there when I was just standing over it looking at it. It did look like a footprint, as big as it was, the mashed down area. You can see where a lot of the leaves and grass is mashed down into it. And then you have other ones like some of these pine needles and these oak tree leaves have fallen into it since it was made. But doing research at home here, this is showing me the toes right there. So that was a bare human footprint, or hominid footprint. And right here, this is something that I was finding 2 years ago when I first started doing this. It looks like hairs, but it's not. It's a type of lichen.
It's mashed down there.
Yeah, this is something we look for here, the leaves being disturbed. This one looks like a footprint.
It does, doesn't
yeah.
it?
That's the left foot right there. Will you film this? Alright, so Winnette just found the footprint. You got it on right? Okay. Alright.
I see the red light on.
Is it on? I thought I just seen it. No. That button right there turns it on.
Oh.
Okay. Here's the left footprint. See the toes? So it comes back in here somewhere. Winnette saw it because of the leaves being disturbed. So that's at least 11 inches right there. That's the left footprint. You can see the big toe, where the big toe went in a little bit.
Oh yeah, tucked in the
Yeah.
business.
Oh.
Okay. Here's the left footprint. See the toes. So it comes back in here somewhere. Winnett saw it because of the leaves being disturbed. So that's at least 11 inches right there. That's the left footprint. You can see the big toe, where the big toe went in a little bit.
Oh yeah, tucked in under those leaves.
See, that fell into it. Some of that had fell into it after it was made. Yeah, that's a left footprint. It was heading that way. It's right here by this fresh break. So I was looking at this. This is broke, but this also not it's not attached. And that one that's the fresh one that was broke. That's why I was looking around for footprints, and when I found that one, you can hear gunshots in the distance. That's hunting season started. Alright, so here's some research we do at home too. So to find out where the hunting's at, with the hunting seasons, and to keep yourself safe, your group safe, you can go to myfwc.com and you can look up the hunting dates. Go over here to things to do, click on that, and you can come over here and go to the hunting section. You can click on regulations, the wildlife management area brochures. You can get on those and find the area you're going to, and then if you're going to a wildlife management area, find the hunting dates, or if there's a management area around you where you're going to be at, you can find the hunting dates. You'll know if people are going to be there hunting or shooting or have dogs in there that may come in on you. Hear them crows? We don't usually hear them like that too much. That's pretty cool. Those crows are really smart.
Another left. I know we. So you think that was
Yeah.
iron something, but yeah.
If it is, it could have stepped right there too.
True.
That's not as good as that.
Prominent.
Yeah.
It's a little more flat
Yeah.
out.
This right here. This could be what was watching us over there.
Yeah, sure.
Because this looks like a big toe here, the smaller toes right there, and the outline here in the hill. But this looks like toes right there, and the big toe up there.
It's a pretty solid size too.
That's bigger than my foot.
Yeah. You think it's like 14 inches?
Yeah. My boots are like right at 12 inches.
What are you doing?
Looking at a footprint. Come look at this. It's about 18 inches. 18-inch footprint. Alright y'all, so in my tracking videos, I like to show some actual footage from out tracking and finding footprints or finding animal prints and seeing the differences. Looking at the differences sometimes with my guide that I use here. So you can go online on Google and print these out. You can find these and print them out. And if you're around somewhere where there's a event going on and I'm there, I'll have these to give out for free. So we have an event coming up here. It's actually going to be from today. It's going to be next Saturday, September 20th. We'll be in Ocala, and I'll post the I'll put the link in here to that. If you're anywhere around Ocala or in Florida where you want to come to that event, it's being held by Bigfoot World with Kathy and her group, and there's going to be several of us there that has a lot of stuff to display and stuff to give away or stuff to sell, and some of us speaking. So if you want to come to that, you can. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, in this video here, the food resources. So there's several books you can get that talk about the edible foods that you can find out in the woods. You can look stuff up online and things like that. Finding the food sources that the animals eat, that you can follow when you're following the animals around animal trails. And the best experience is really to get out there in the woods too, and to learn out there in the woods. Find an animal trail and follow it. Look for things they're eating. One of the things you want to be able to do as a tracker, you want to know what the animals are eating, what they're doing, anything like that you're following, tracking. Anything like this that you're following when you're tracking something, you want to be able to also think about what they're thinking, what they're doing. So if you see an animal, say if you're following an animal and you see it stopped, and you can tell by the footprints that it stopped, and you got to think, well, is it looking around? Did it hear something that made it stop? Is it eating something? There's things like that you want to think about. And I do that too when I'm out tracking. If I'm finding footprints, I'm thinking, running all kinds of questions through my mind. You know, what are they doing? Where are they going? Where are they headed? If they stop, what are they doing? What are they doing when they stop? So there's things like that too that'll help you with the tracking and being a tracker. It'll help you to keep following the prints too, because you'll if you're thinking what they're thinking, or you're trying to think about what they're thinking about, and in that way it'll help you follow them. It'll kind of help you, give you an idea of what direction they're going, or where they're. If you know the area pretty good, you might know exactly where they're going to. Like when me and Joey found footprints and we were following them, we followed them for a good half a mile where they were traveling, and they were going down through terrain and stuff where humans of that size would not be walking around barefoot. And these went right down to the edge of the water and then back out again, and they were walking through stuff that people won't walk through unless they got shoes on. So there's things like that you want to think about as you're tracking something. And also I like showing the different terrain. So like these, there's a lot of leaves and stuff in this video here. So you want to look for a lot of different, the leaves being disturbed, are the leaves dry, and then you're seeing wet areas where they're walking, things like that. And you can compare like where you step, like in one of these where I step, it was getting wet. As I moved my foot, you could see it was wet right there where I stepped, where the rest of the leaves were dry. So you'll be able to see things like that. Discolored leaves. Some of these I could see because where I had stepped on the ground and pushed it down, because these are a lot heavier than humans are. Where you could see where it pushed it down, and you could see it was more darker, muddy looking. The footprint. So you can see a little bit of difference between that and the rest of the leaves all around it. You can see the little bit of impression, the edges of the heel and foot where it was. So you want to look for things like that. There's some really good books you can get too. Even go to the library and look at books and check them out. But there's some really good books you can get. Like this, the Tracker's Hand Guide. And I'm reading this one now. Practical Tracking. But there's a lot of really good books you can get too that'll help you to keep learning and sharpening your tracking skills. Alright, so I just wanted to add a little bit here to this video and talk a little bit more about tracking. And the best thing to do is get out there and get some experience. Because I've got my whole lifetime experience out there hunting and seeing the tracks and following animals and learning what they're eating and learning the differences like between the hog tracks and the deer tracks as I'm out there in the woods. So the best experience is actually being out there and learning out there in the woods. But things like this will really help you too. Alright, so I'm going to follow on up with a little bit more here. Yeah, that looks like a footprint right there. The pine needles look mashed down into it. It looks like a footprint.
I'm not seeing it, baby.
Hold on, let me stop the thermal. Here's the heel, and it goes down here to the toes.
Okay, yeah, I see
This
the
is
heel.
mashed in. At least some of that was
As soon as you
mashed
pointed
into
the
it.
heel out, I see it now.
Yeah, you see it better with the sunlight hitting it.
Yeah.
See if this helps any. See the toes were up in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a footprint. It definitely looks like a couple of toes right there. You can see all that was mashed down right there. This top pine needle looks like it fell into it, but the others were mashed down into it. The top pine needle had fell into it after it was made.
Didn't know me either.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
You got it.
I got it now. Alright, so okay, I'm actually in the print. So it looks like it was about 9 inches long. Looks like about a 9-inch footprint. So I was looking behind it a little. See if there's another one. There's an animal trail right here. Here's the next one. Here's another one right there. It's the same size. Yeah. The heel, the toes.
I can
Yep.
feel you,
9 inches.
It's the same one.
Yep, same one. 9 inches. Yep, so that's 2 footprints right there. Let's see.
I haven't stepped on
There was
anything.
probably another one in between these because that's too far to be a step.
You're right. Right, well, no, is that yours?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I just stepped. See how wet it is?
Yeah.
That was me. And you can see right here. That was me. See how it got real wet when I stepped there? After I stepped there and came up.
Yeah.
And those are dry. Just wondering if I could,
Keep going.
yeah, see it here.
So how far? That's.
That's not the step.
Oh.
This will be the top of the stride.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was asking you. I knew it wasn't.
Right hill to right hill. Yeah, like 106.
Unless it was
106.
running, you could probably do that.
No, that's a step. It's not running.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so that would put the other foot would have been right in here somewhere around 48 inches. So I'm not seeing a footprint there, but it was hard enough seeing those.
Well,
two.
you might. We just might not be able to see that one.
Yeah, because it's hard to see them sometimes. So that was 2. There's a spot here, but I'm not sure if that's one. Actually, right here, that looks like it right there. That looks like the next one right there. Here's the toes, and there's the heel, and it's the same size. So if that puts it around 38 inches. From one hill to the next hill, 38 inches. So it looks like it was going off this direction. So that's 3.
Well, I think they're all back at the truck. We should probably go, babe. We still got to get your other 2 cameras.
Yeah, I might have said that to her. This is someone's been walking right here. No definite footprints, so that was 3 footprints right there. Alright, we can head on back over there.
Yeah, I think they're already back over there. You want me to keep filming?
No, you can stop. Alright, so this is what Desi was seeing. So we come up in here to look. And behind it here we found 3 footprints that were 9 inches. 9-inch long footprints. Human type footprints. You can see the toes. It was up in the leaves. Alright, let's get